Hi everyone, Mike here from New Lifestyle Concept, and today I just wanted to share with you how I first started online. And for me, it was like for a lot of people, it was from a friend's of a friend, which actually I was fixing his home as a contraction, as a contractor, as a general contractor at the time, and actually what happened it was that I was working on his home, and he explaining me that he had the opportunity to actually helping me working pretty much each and every day, because he was able to leverage his time and work only 2 to 3 hours each and every day. So I thought I started really to be really interesting about that, because at that point I was working about between 50 to 70 hours a week, and I was doing his home in a sideline too. So I was pretty overworked. So what he was doing at the point, it was about MLM, so multi-level marketing business. And he first introduced me to a business called MAP, which is my advertising pays. And so when I first got in, it was really lucrative. By each week I would actually be able to reinvest about $100, something like that, and I've put only 1,500. So at that point, I thought it was really a good deal, and I actually purchased in the not in the straight away, well, maybe straight away, maybe in the week after, maybe 2 or 3 weeks after it started to go well. I actually purchased another 3,500 euros, because it was all in euros and that on that platform. So what happened after that is actually he introduced me to another MLM. It was telling me about one of his friends that was starting another business. So I got, oh well, that seems to be a good idea. And they were looking for investor to start up the product, so they would have a better, they would be able to start up a bit stronger and have more budget for the marketing and everything. And I thought, well, that's a good opportunity to make a bit more money. So I went in investing a lot more money in that one. You can actually find all the numbers and all the paper show and diagram and things like that on the blog. But today I'm just going to make a short story about it. And the thing I've learned is that on an MLM, it's actually a private business, right? So it's actually operated like a private business. So you don't have anything to say, even though you're a member. You're actually receiving a share revenue from what is sold during the month, or what is purchased. But mostly what is purchased is actually, example in the map one was a pack. So you could purchase a pack, and each time you would purchase a pack, well, $25 would go to the members, and depending on how many pack you would have a bigger, or a smaller part of the share revenue. Sorry. And so I got kind of catch there, because about I would have been about a month in after I was in MAP, and I already purchased another some about for 15,000 Canadian dollars in another business that was a Canadian one from the friends of mine. And what happened is actually that they usually used a third party to actually manage the money. So the money always goes somewhere to actually come back to the business, and when you withdraw, it goes to the same way. So they go back to that business, and that this business is actually putting in your account. And usually there's fees all over the place in those kind of business, but at some point you don't really care, because you're really making a lot of money. So that's the thing that I realized. And what happened is that business that was called VX Getaway actually got shut down for some reason that's still kind of not clear for me. Maybe some of you know a lot more about that. But what actually happened is that they froze the account. So all the account were froze, and no share revenue was dispensed to any members at that point. And they would go on with trial and things like that. And we further down had a notice that the map was actually was putting to trial the VX Getaway, and they actually got a positive verdict from the judge in the Texas state jury. And so on, what happened is they sent an email. Actually, I received that email though 1 day after the deadline date. So it was kind of funny about that, but telling us that we could actually ask for be reimbursed for the money that we lost, because at that point I never withdraw any of the money that I've actually put in this one. So it's still under trial right now, and it's been going on for a very long time. It's been over a year now, and that's pretty much it's pretty much frozen so far. I don't believe I will see the money of that one, but I'll keep you up to date for that one. The other business is called Clicker, and in Clicker, the one that was created in Canada by a friend of a friend. And what happened actually with that business, they were spending a lot of money on the share revenue. They were actually giving a lot of, instead of giving, example, 20 cents per pack, they were giving 65 cents per pack, which was actually giving me about $300 each week, Canadian dollar. So it was really lucrative at that point. And for some reason, well, actually, the idea of the business was actually to replace, here in Canada, we have the 411, which is kind of the phone book. And that's where you can advertise, and you can advertise your business actually, and it's really expensive to advertise in that particular phone book. And what they wanted to try, it was actually to overcome, because a lot of local market, local business don't have the market really, because of those big brands that are actually making a lot of marketing. So the idea for this business was actually to help the local coffee shop to actually grab new clients or promote their products so they would have a better discount and things like that. And what really happened is actually the business was so, I would say, not so well structured that people don't have faith in it. So the business owner or the people that could advertise in that business actually don't have the feeling that it's a real business. So it's been down since day one, pretty much. And now they've replaced, pretty much all the management have been replaced by other, even the president of the business have been replaced. So as you can see, it might not be, I might lose some money in there as well. So the idea here is not to scare anyone about the MLM, because I know a lot of people that have made a lot of money with that, and it's just to make you aware. I didn't make my due diligence when I first got in. I didn't look for patterns, because even though the business was actually, it's a proper business, they didn't have the tax numbers, things like that. It was really hard to get paperwork from them, and I think that was a lack of myself, of not going forward and trying to really understand what was going on with that business and what was the price point and what they were going to do with the business. So I've described that a lot more in detail into my blog, because I didn't want to make it too long of a video. But you have a bit more numbers, and you also have some screenshot of the business that I've right now still in, even though they're not giving me a lot of revenue, but it's still where I started. So on the next video, I'm actually gonna share, because on the same time, because I was really an opportunity seeker, and I think that's a really it's a big mistake in today's world, because you're really a big fish. Because I had money and I was able to invest in a lot of different products. And I got kind of foolish, I would say, or maybe I would say I got screwed pretty much about that. And that's it. So on the next video, I'm gonna explain what was the mistake on investing with the binary option, and maybe things you should be aware before you go in binary option, because I think it's a product that actually can work, but if you misused like I did, you might lose a lot of money. So thanks for listening, guys, and if you have any question, please send me an email or get in touch with me on my website. That will be my pleasure to actually answer any question you may have. I'm not a specialized person in MLM. That's so everyone knows that, because I didn't study that much about that particular business, and actually I've moved on to a different kind of business. So hopefully you guys loved it, and I get the chance to talk with some of you guys. So have a good night, and talk to you very soon.